Gordon is big and blue and the fastest engine on all of Sodor. He loves pulling the express. Gordon thinks it makes him the most important engine on the island.
I would say so too, because if your title is something like being the fastest engine on the island, one would feel inclined to keep it that way. Of course, not everyone agreed, more specifically Devious Diesel. Why is anyone surprised about that, though? He's had the same mentality since he arrived in Season 2.
You'll all be scrapped. Scrapped? Scoffed Gordon. Pah, I'm as fast as I ever was. And he chuffed proudly out of the docks.
This scene has given me, and I'm sure other viewers, some deja vu. Why? Well, for one thing, Gordon and Diesel had a discussion like this back in Season 3's Tender Engines. Not to mention it happened pretty much in the same location. And just like the last time, Gordon began to let Diesel's words haunt him, after a loud squeak began to develop during Gordon's run.
Squeaking could only mean one thing. Something was wrong. What if Diesel's right? He thought. What if the Fat Controller scraps me?
There was also something else that was wrong. That close-up of Gordon only had him pulling 2 coaches, when in fact most of the shots had him pulling 3. Bad continuity. Anyway, as Gordon reached his hill, he slowed down a little and noticed the squeak disappeared. So to him, he found a new hack at staying in the game, albeit a slower one.
I am taking some village children on a boat trip. You, Gordon, are to take us to Brendam Docks. The boat leaves at 9 o'clock, so you must not be late. The next morning, Gordon waited for everyone to go.
Well, at the rate he's moving already, he's going to be seriously late. I mean, does he really think chuffing slowly on this job is going to make Top Hat happy? I don't know, that's a big risk he's willing to take. But after the next thing he heard, I guess I could see why. Gordon.
Then he heard something even worse. It was a rattle. Oh dear, he cried. Diesel was right. I am falling apart. What will the Fat Controller say? So Gordon slowed down.
Yikes, 2 weird noises? Who hasn't been maintaining Gordon properly? This made Gordon feel all the more worried about taking the children to their destination. He had a true conflict because he didn't want to let them down, but at the same time, save his hide, too.
Gordon chuffed slowly through the countryside. He thought things were going well. But the Fat Controller was very cross. He spoke sternly to Gordon. What are you playing at, Gordon? He boomed. You must go quickly or the children will miss the boat.
That line was funny to hear from Angelis. The attitude was right on point. What are you playing at, Gordon? Of course, while I thought that was funny, Gordon wasn't laughing. He really didn't want to fly like the wind, but now he was being forced to. Well, that is until Top Hat reminded him he was the fastest engine, which gave him an ego boost, meaning Gordon decided to go all out or bust.
Then he heard another noise. A knocking noise. But Gordon didn't care. If this was his last trip, he was going to go as fast as he possibly could.
It is brave of him, considering that he doesn't know what Top Hat would say about all the noise. Then again, why would he think that to begin with? Top Hat already reassured him this wouldn't happen since Season 3. But he reminded him again anyway, once he understood.
Thank you, Gordon. I knew you could do it, said the Fat Controller. But why haven't you been to the repair yard? The repair yard? Gasped Gordon. You have been making lots of noises, said the Fat Controller. You need to have your engine looked at.
Well, yeah. As stated, Top Hat's mentality didn't change on this subject even after 5 seasons. So to think just because he was making a little noise was going to cause his end is a little extreme. That's only what Diesel wants, which is still kind of dark for anyone to want on someone else. But that's not happening anyway, since Top Hat's in charge.
Gordon spent the next day having his pistons polished, his axles greased, and his wheels well and truly oiled. Gordon was as good as new, and he felt even better.
Bravo! It's good to see Gordon back at his original confidence level. This story was okay, but a little redundant. I know sometimes people can second-guess information they've been told already once before, but it is a little silly for Gordon to think this when Top Hat clearly hasn't gotten rid of one engine yet that he has brought to work on the island. Not to mention, aside from Spencer, he's the only engine who pulls the Express on a consistent basis. Like I said, it's okay, but a scenario like this between him and Diesel better not happen again. That would just be stupid! The other components of this episode were fine. Gordon's Hill gets a couple different shots featured, then Brendam Docks are shown. There's also all the intermittent railway lines that are displayed as Gordon travels around making noise. It would be nice to know where those lines are between stops, or if they had a name, aside from them being called the main line, that is. The music was good too, with Gordon's new theme being used for when he rides around or even slows down. Next episode is Thomas and the Circus. Thanks for watching.